The next image we have is Stand and Deliver. Over to you, Dave.
Thank you. Okay, guys, lovely good steampunk. Obviously, for those who know Harry Potter, it's a bit of a Harry Potter theme with the left-hand goggle as we look at it. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, look up Deathly Hallows. The portrait is a good portrait. You're just about sneaking in, author, under the circles theme. A little bit sneaky on your part, but it's worked. It's a good portrait. I like the pose. I like the way she's looking at us. The background is blurred enough, but still gives us some of the steampunk environment, if you like. And yes, it works as a portrait. The top left corner, if you look, you've got two very light pieces just beginning to squeeze in, and just crop down just under there and it'll improve that no end. But as a portrait, spot on. Is it a circle picture? I'm going to allow it because you have got a couple of circles in it. It works well for that, so we'll hang on to that one, please, Phil.
Okay. Snow Leopard.
Right, here's one where we are taking liberties with circles. The as you all know, I'm a sucker for big cats and stuff like that. So you're hitting something right with me there. What a lovely little lad, stroke lady. I'm not sure which one this is because I can't really tell from here, but I think it's a very good portrait of the snow leopard. I'm going to allow it for circles for the eyes, and the smudgy circles as the spots we'll allow. We've allowed a couple of others which aren't 100% circle. But it's there. It's hitting the theme. It's a really nice shot of the snow leopard coming across. I've got to say, I think I know where this was taken, but it doesn't matter. I like the pose about him. I like the shape of him. The light on him has worked well. Yeah, go on. We'll hang on to him as well for a bit of fun.
Okay. Crocs circles.
Well, I've got to say, also, you're a very brave person for owning up to you've got a pair of Crocs. Does it circles? Yeah, of course it does, especially with the smiley faces going there. It's one of those simple pictures that I've been banging on about for years, and Ange has been on about as well. But we say sometimes a simple, non-messing about picture works wonderfully. And this being shot for the theme, which is what I was on about earlier, works because it's been shot for the theme. I can't believe anybody in their right mind would otherwise take a picture of a pair of Crocs on, and that you wouldn't want to own up to having them. But this has worked very well. I like the smiley faces. It's everything about this has hit the mark on it. It's nicely lit, nice and sharp, circle theme, and it's simple and it fills the frame. Hang on to it, please.
Mill gears.
Okay, the picture of the mill I think is good. It's a great record shot of what we've got in the mills with all the gears and everything turning round and that. It's not really a circle themed picture. This is a picture I think, and I'll go out on a limb and say somebody's put in to try and fill a circle theme because the gears are round. It's too busy for a circle. We've got information on the mill. You've also got the mill on a slant going from top left down to bottom right. So it's not straight enough either. It's a competent picture of the building and the mill and everything, particularly like the bowler hat in the middle right of the frame where somebody's obviously been sucked into the gears and lost their head. But is it a circle thing? I'm sorry, author, it really isn't hitting the mark with that. So although it's a good picture of the mill and the gears, I'm going to disallow it on the circles. I do apologise.
patio circles.
Again, another simple shot. The circle table, and then the circle shadow, and then we've got the circle of the flagstones underneath. It's good. It's a good attempt. It's well seen. The letdown is this shadow on the left-hand side going across the circle, where we've cropped a lot of the left-hand side circle off. And I'm going to do what judges always do, and probably shouldn't at times, is say if you're waiting for the sun to move round, so the shadow would have been in the centre of them two circles. I don't know which way it's going around. I mean, you've took it that time of day. Oops, hello.
Oh, sorry.
You've took it that side of time of day for a reason. And yes, it's a good circle of the table, but the shadows on the circles at the bottom isn't quite there. So as I've held back ones which I prefer, I will pass on this one, but a good attempt, Arthur, and a nice try.
Okay. That's what you should be seeing. Painted wagon.
Yeah, I really like this picture. I think it's a cracking image. I think the overall post-processing has worked well. The wagon is great. The logs in the background are great. But like the motorbike one earlier, it's not really a circle. It's all about the wagon rather than the wheels or the logs in the background. They just add into it. And when you do a themed competition, you really need to shoot for the theme. And this is a good example. Why? Because it's a brilliant picture. And on any other night, I'd be holding this back in an open competition, no trouble at all. But as a circle theme, it's not quite there, I'm afraid. And it's a shame, because I so want to hold it. But in regards to the theme, I've held ones back which are hitting the theme stronger. So I will pass, but it's a shame. I really do like this one.
The penny dropped.
Very clever picture, Arthur, because I'm guessing you thought, oh, I know somebody's going to put loads of ends of logs in. I'll change it. And it's worked. All the circles there with a penny in the bottom right quadrant works well. I think the penny is a little bit too shiny. I made it stand out a little bit more. Is it hitting the mark with circles? Yeah, there's lots of circles pennies or so. It's clever. It's worked well. It's hit the point, and it's got an interest point with the penny coming in. I've got to say, you were really lucky. It was actually on about the thirds. It could have been anywhere in that picture, I suppose. So he was really lucky to get it on the thirds. I hope you picked it up and put it in your pocket when you went home. But a good shot. We'll hang on to that one, please.
Dandelion stars.
Yeah, again, like the Trenton Gardens dandelion picture. These are classed as circles because of their shape and that, really, when they're oval and globes and whatever. But it works well. I like the way we've got a lot at the bottom, not so much in the middle, and then nothing at the top. So we've got these little three circles going up, and everything. It works well. The lighting is good on it. The sharpness is there. So that works well. I'm going to hang on to. I know I'm holding a lot back, but I'm going to hang on to this one as well.
Okay. The ultimate pergola.
I really did like this one when it came up. The circles, obviously, are the main theme at the top of it. I understand why you've took it at this angle. Let's talk about the two people, bottom left and bottom right. The one in the bottom left coming in, it should jar the senses. It should not work. But I think that works extremely well. I really like the way she is just coming into the picture on the bottom left. Guy on the bottom right walking out, not so much. One, I think he's walking out of the picture, which doesn't help. And I think the crop on this one, where you've got the top right dark circle, half circle, where it's hitting the top edge of the frame there. If you crop vertically down from there, it is a very, very much stronger picture. I'm just going to show it to Ange now, just with like that. The crop there would be really good. It makes that image then so much stronger, especially with the bottom left hand corner. It then pulls her into the image more. That is a really good picture. It's very, very good in sharpness and light and that, but I think you just need to lose that right hand third, and then you would have an absolutely stunning picture. So I will pass on it, but I will pass on it with a heavy heart, I'm afraid.
Delivering in the rain.
I've got no idea what is happening there. I really don't. Again, I'm guessing this has been shot for the theme. I do like the old polar bears cycling along, and I'm not so sure I'd want to buy any food that's been by a polar bear's bum. But apart from that, I think it's quite a humorous picture. I quite like the way the artist has made the bottom plate look like a happy face. And again, I don't think I would be very happy being that close to a polar bear's bum. But I think it's a good attempt. I do like that. Not too keen on the sky, the top right-hand corner. But I think if it had been shot a bit more straighter on, go back a bit and shoot with a slightly longer lens, your angles would have been a little bit better. But a good try, well done. But I will pass.
Cone of Vases. The best title, not coronavirus. Cone of Vases.
I hadn't thought of that, actually. I did look at it and thought, oh, I fancy doing that in my garden. And I thought, no, with our pup, they'd be all over the place. We'd have pine cones everywhere. It's a very good attempt. Excuse me. It's obviously some garden feature that's somebody's done it. It works well. What I don't like, Arthur, is your processing on it. The processing has ruined it. You've got these black splodges and lines and bits all over it, and it really, really is detracting and spoiling a potentially good capture. If you're going to process something like this, don't do it the way you've done it. Do it so different to it. But it's a good attempt, well seen, but unfortunately let down by the processing, which is not worked, I'm afraid. I am sorry, but I will pass.
Ferris wheel.
Yeah, I'm surprised there wasn't more, to be honest. When you get circles and stuff like that, you do expect to see lots of wheels and stuff like that coming into it because they're naturally circular. And again, this is a good shot of somebody's day out, capturing the seaside theme and everything like that. And again, I think this is one of those shots that somebody's pulled out to their bank of images because it's got a wheel in it. The problem you've got with this is the actual circle, which is obviously the Ferris wheel, is hidden behind the slides and stuff like that. So it is rather lost in the image. When you shoot for a theme, you make your image fit the theme because of what you're doing, so it's the center of interest. It's best not to go through your bank of images and pull something out because invariably it's not going to fit the theme a lot. So whilst this is a good seaside shot, I don't think it's fitting the theme so good because it's such a small wheel compared to the rest of the picture, and it's lost, a good half of it is lost behind the rest of the fairground, so I will pass.
Oil and water.
Yeah, nicely done. The colours are unusual. I think it's nice to see, in essence, the green, the white, and the grey and black sort of things. It's worked well. We've got these lovely splodges all over the place, and I particularly like the fact that we've got the main green splodge in the centre. and then just mimicked by it going out onto the left. I think the whites are a little bit overpowering, a bit too bright. So at the bottom right corner, if it wasn't for the black lines, we'd be saying that's totally burnt out in the corner. And it's good. It almost works, but it's the whites are overburnt. I think you need to get something into them, maybe a slightly different color, pale yellow, pale blue, something like that, just to bring it down a bit, because when you've got a lot of white like that, it's not quite working, I'm afraid. So again, it's one of those with heavy heart that I'd like to say, yes, brilliant, well done, but I will have to pass on it, sorry.
Can you spot the woman?
Without the title, yes, I did. I don't look at the titles too much when I'm judging and that. My first thought was, oh look, it's almost a circle, and you could be really critical. There's no circles in there because the circle isn't finished, if you see what I mean. But I do like the pose of this. I like the circular doorway. I like the fact you've got this person sort of sneaking a peek in the dead center at the back, and it works very, very well. Author, I do like it as an image on its own. It works, but the top right, I have to remember it's to be left and right. The top right corner where we've got this lovely bit of blue light sky coming through, I would crop down on that. To bring it down, because it is detracting away from the circle now. But yeah, it's a good picture. Is it as strong as some of the other circle pictures I've held back? I don't think so. I think this is more of an open competition picture, and certainly needs, if you put it into an open competition, I would bring that top down, crop that top like bit off the edge. But I do like the idea behind it, but I will have to pass, sorry.
Okay. Sea Salt Composite.
Somebody is really, 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 and then even more really pushing the boundaries of a circle here. I so wanted to like this. I don't know if it's hitting the theme of a circle exactly, and there's just something about it I'm not so sure of. And I think if we didn't have these little specks of sea salt with these strange X's in the center, it would be more of a circle. The problem we've got, yes, the main outer one is forming a circle, but the bits coming down from 12 o'clock and going up from 6 o'clock into the circle, these two lines in effect, breaks that circle up, and I don't think it's quite working with that. The composite image itself, I think, works well, but I don't like them X's. It's not, probably noughts and crosses, I don't know, it could be something like that. But it's the fact we've got these two lines coming into the circle, and what that does, it gives the optical effect of it not being a circle anymore. So although you've got the circle of the outer bits, it's the inner bits which are breaking up that circle. And once you broke that circle up, it stops being a circle. So I hope you understand what I mean, author, but I will pass on that. But it's one I really wanted to like, but unfortunately for a circle theme, I will pass.
Next we have Castle Rig Stone Circle.
One of my favourite stone circles. It's a notoriously difficult circle to capture because of its size and the way it lies, and there's usually about 4,000 people having picnics there. So I think the author's done very good with this, to have the gateway going in, and the addition of the beast in the centre, just giving us the nice focal point. Sky's brilliant. Because of the angle you've got it, we're not seeing a circle. It's only because we know it's a circle. So I ummed and ahed over this as to whether is it classed as circles in the theme of circles, or is it a picture somebody's dug out because it's a circle and banged in? Unfortunately, I think it fits in both camps. And if it's fitting in both camps, I am going to hold it back, but it is going to be one that I'm going to have a deep think about when we do the picks at the end. As an image on its own, author, I think it's very, very well done, and you've done a very good image of it. I will hold it back for now, though.
Wheelbarrows.
Yep, definitely wheelbarrows, wheelbarrow wheels, circles, yeah, got it there. It's a competent shot. I do not like the big splodge of white writing on the top right corner. So easy to crop that out. And also the wheelbarrow handle in the top left-hand corner. It's shot at such a, you just got that little bit of sticking out, but it's really, really bright. That should be cloned out as well. I'd like to see a bit more detail brought into the wheels, a bit more grit and detail and contrast to bring it all out. But yes, it's a good attempt, author, but it needs just a few small refinements on it, so I will pass.
Memento Vivere.
Again, I think this is a really good shot. I like the idea and the sentiment behind it. And again, I think this has been brought out of somebody's folder, because we've got this lovely ring with all this patina on and stuff like that, side on. And I think if we'd have just lifted the angle up a bit for a circles competition, it would be so much better. You've got the Oxford word right on the edge of your screen, which again, as we know, words attract eyes, and the eyes are hitting the Oxford and dragging off. And then you've got that red rose on the left. So the red is competing against the Oxford on the right, and it's missing entirely the circles of the rings because they're flat onto us. It's a stunning image in its own right. It needs a little bit more on the composition side for a circles theme. The rings itself is where we got the search, and I'd like to have seen concentrated a bit more on that, because you've got the competing going left and right because of the Oxford and the red flower, I'm afraid. So I will pass, but again, it's one of those which on a normal club night would be held back.
New World.
Yeah, very cleverly done. I'm not sure what the New World is. It looks more like somebody's leaf garden in that to me, but I do like the idea of it being made into a circle for the world, and then the addition of some Saturn's rings around it works well. For me, I'd have put Saturn's rings at a bit more of a tilt. So, excuse me, where they go behind the world, you keep them there, but tilt it down a bit more, so the rings would have been further down. So it gives a bit more of a tilt slightly. But yeah, I think that works very well as the theme, competently done. I like the effect of it. It makes you look and think. We'll hang on to that one, please.
Okay. I don't want to be a circle.
I think you've hit it right with the theme on that. This is one I would struggle with to get into a circle theme. The round dots, if you like, just about almost hitting the circles. But as a circle theme picture, I don't think so, author, in all honesty. It's more of an abstract picture. It's creative and everything like that. But if it hadn't been for that left-hand red or orangey circle thing, then there'd be no way this would have been even considered for a circle picture, I'm afraid. It's an almost there picture. I don't think it belongs in a circle competition. It belongs in an open or an abstract or creative competition, where I think it would do a lot better. It is a shame, author. I do apologise, but I will pass on it.
Cheers.
Now, talk about being clever. Take a picture of some booze in a glass, and then when you've took the picture, have a drink. Sorted, well done. Again, simple, effective. The glass giving us this superb pattern in the center, and then the liquid in the very bottom, giving us the center, just like looking into a flower. And again, got the patterning in there. Works very well, author. Well thought out, well shot. We'll hang on to that one, please.
The dog with the circular tail.
Again, without the title, I'd have guessed it'd have been to do with the circular tail. And obviously, we've got the two eyes as well as we did with the cat. It's a good shot. I like the shape of the tail. I think the dog splashing the water has worked very, very well. The water is, you got some burnouts in it. And as a picture of somebody's pet, yes, it works well. And I think it's a good shot to have a go at and put in. It's not as strong as some of the ones I've held back also, so I won't hold it back. But I've got to say, a very, very good shot of the dog. Well done.
Tight turning circle.
Yeah, I think this is quite funny in its own way. And he's gone in and then decided he's got to come out and everything like that. And it's nice. The cropping on this is a little bit off. The top left-hand one, you've got the half circle, then you've got the bit in the centre there. So my eye was instantly dragged up to the corners, and then you got your bottom right corner. You've got that little bit down there. And I think if you could have cropped it a little bit better maybe and changed the angle when you took it, would have worked a little bit better on it. But I think it's a good capture. Does what it says on the tin, shows the bug having a bit of a problem turning round. So all in all, a good capture. Again, not as strong as some of the ones I've held back, so I will pass.
Circles and stones.
Yeah, the old garden table again, with the stones and everything giving a circular effect. It works well. It's nicely laid out. The light coloured stones are almost burning out. There's no detail in them. If you're going to do something like this with stones, you need to make sure you get that detail into the pictures, because the composition of this works very well. It hits everything you want for the circle, especially with the stone dish in the center. But then you've got to think of the technical details with the actual image taking and that, and you need the detail in the stones, because otherwise we end up with quite light blobs all over the place, and that takes away from what you've done in a very good image. So again, almost there, but not quite. So I will pass, sorry.
Reflections of Venice.
Again, the circle effect's just about getting into this. It's all to do with the main picture on this, and it's showing us what Venice is like. I'm assuming it looks like the tourist poking their head out the bus or something in the mirror. The whole image is soft apart from the mirror side, which is what the author's obviously gone for with the bridge and that in the background. I don't like the sun flare hitting across the mirror. Excuse me. I don't think that's helped in any way. And again, it's not as strong as some of the ones I've held back. It's a good, competent picture, but obviously I'm having to judge on the theme more than anything, and I don't think it's as strong as some of the ones I've held back. As an image in its own right, yeah, not a problem. So I will pass on it.
And the last picture is Great Grey Owl.
Correct. I love these birds. They are so funny looking. They've got this lovely circular face and eyes and that. And again, this is something you should have capitalised on. Why not just crop in to give the circle effect of the bird's face? If you'd have cropped right in around that to give it the circle of the owl's face, it would be far stronger circle picture. It's a good image of the great grey owl, and I think these are very stunning birds to take pictures of. The ones I've ever took pictures of, they've always been quite lazy and just stood there for hours. But for the circles theme, excuse me, I'd have cropped in a lot more on the owl's face and give you a square picture with the circle inside it of the face. So I will pass on that, sorry.
We've held back 22.
That's not bad for me.
It's not bad. So I'll show you them as in a light box, first of all.
Okay.
First of all, you can see all 22.
Yep, that's fine.
And then, if you wish, I could go through all of them one by one, or if you're happy with that.
No, that's fine, Phil.
If you want to drop any of them, I can do that too.
We'll start dropping some out, I think, to be on the safe side. Shall we go from the top left down? Would that be easier for you? I'll start dropping from the top left down. Approaching the line, the motorbike one shouldn't have been held back. That's definitely gone.
I'll remove that.
Oh. Top right logs, years and years.
Drop that.
Then middle line, the flower picture, the buds, temper, whatever it's called.
Remove that.
I was going to point to it then, but you can't see me pointing, can you? So against my better will, Snow Leopard can go. Dandelion stars can go. Being a pagan, it's going to hurt me, but get rid of Castle Rig as well, please. Right, okay. You want 1, 2, 3 commended and highly commended, don't you?
Yeah. I can also promote them to a top row if you want to sort of.
I'm just counting on my fingers how many I need to worry about. Okay. Lose the Roman mosaic, please. And despite Stand and Deliver being a cracking portrait, I think we'll lose that one as well. Okay, let's have a think now then. Okay, on the top line, can we have skylight? Yeah, leave circles. Leave sharing the love. Leave the top line as it is for now. Are you nuts? I want on the second line. So whether you want to move that, I don't know. Yeah, that's a good idea. If you move it, that'll be brilliant. So it goes there. Leave the hair graduates and Crocs and penny dropped. Put New World instead of penny dropped. I just like to see you playing around with it, to be honest. It's not making any difference to what I'm going to decide. I just like to see you play around with it. Okay. Remove penny dropped. Now it's getting harder. Okay, I think I've got enough there to mess with. I keep coming back to circles in the dome. It's the angle of that center picture that just keeps disturbing me. I'll leave it there for now. Right, okay, commended is going to be the Croc circles.
commended.
Commended can be the canned sockets.
Commended is can sockets.
Well, I've commended for the life boy. Okay, highly commended can be oh, hang on, I might change my mind. Hang on a sec. Highly commended is the coiled rope. And highly commended are you nuts. And highly commended for cheers. Hang on, wrong. No, I beg your pardon, not highly commended for cheers. Can you? That was my fault.
Yep.
No, for cheers. Wrong one, Phil.
Oh,
You took
sorry.
it off rope.
So I've got to take it off that one.
That's it, yeah.
And put it back on rope.
Yeah, put it back on rope. That's it, yeah. Okay.
I think I've put highly commended on Crocs.
How many highly commended have we got? I've lost count. We got 1, 2. Yeah, commended was Crocs, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay. Okay.
I can move all those highly commendeds and commendeds.
That's all, it's all right. I'm fine. Okay,
Okay.
Third place, we'll have the Hollyhock. Right, now first and second, I really like. Or can I give commended to Hanoi graduates? I forgot
Yes, of
about
course.
that. That's my fault. Sorry. But first and second place. There's two I really, really, really like, but they're so different. I think one is a being at the right time shot, and the other one is a setup shot. But they're both good images that I really, really like. I'm going to go for second place, Cheers, but only by a smidgen, and first place for the Ducks.
Round we go. Very good. We've got Sharing the Love and New World. Should we give those a...
I am happy to... Sharing the Love can have a commended if you want to commended for them.
Yeah.
A New World commended.
Right. Right. So commended, we have Can Sockets by Patrick Reynolds. We're giving a round of applause at this point. Also commended Croc Circles by Faye Venables. Also commended Sharing the Love by Mick Schilling. Congratulations. Also commended Hanoi Graduates by Tim Hutchin.
I've got a dog trying to get on my lap to join in with the clapping, but
Commended New World by Jeff Horton. Commended Lifeboy by Dave Venables. Highly commended Are You Nuts by Chris Johnson. Also highly commended Coiled Rope, also by Dave Venables. In third place, The Hollyhock Circle by Michael Prince. Second place, Cheers, Mick O'Malley. Well done, Mick. And in first place, Round We Go by Chris Mallet. Congratulations, Chris. Thanks very much, Dave. It's, as always, perceptive and constructive comments. It's a real bit of fun to keep us entertained, and you've encouraged that fun over the last few weeks. So many, many thanks for all your support. And I'm sure at this point the audience will be giving you a big round of applause from home, but it's just my one round of applause for today.
No, many thanks. I really do enjoy helping out and that, and it was good. I don't take all my criticisms to heart, guys. You know me. You've all done very, very well. But the only thing I would take away from this is if you have a theme competition, shoot for the theme. You'll always get a better image.
Thanks so much, Dave. Terrific. I'm going to finish the recording now, and I'll speak to you in a moment.
Okay, take care.